us what strategy are you using? Can you hear me? Yes. Raymond?
Yeah. Okay. Most of the time, it's the bit maximizer.
Okay, so most of the time he uses the fifth maximizer technique. Now, you just shared with me that you made $150,000.
Yes.
Are you saying that $150,000, most of it came from fifth maximizer technique?
50-50. Instant bit and bit maximizer.
Okay, instant bit and bit maximizer. So let's take instant bit first, okay? Now in instant bit, first of all, which currencies are you trading?
In general, I'm trading only euros, only.
Only euros. Alright, I'm just sticking to instant bit, okay?
Yes.
I'll come to bit maximizer later on. Now, what time frame do you trade?
Hourly.
Hourly chart.
Only hourly.
Okay. So let me just pull up an hourly time frame on Euro-US. Alright? And would you like to share what are the indicators that you use? So that I can remove the unwanted ones. For instant bit, which are the indicators that you use?
I have only the MACD.
Only the MACD. That's all. No Bollinger.
No dollar.
Okay. So I want to take off all the unwanted indicators. Are you? So he can practically share with you what it does.
Yeah.
Take off the okay, so whatever you see on the screen, he has all of this. Alright. So can you walk through with us some of the trades if you remember?
Okay. Firstly, I need to say I'm sitting the whole day on the phone. Okay. The whole bloody day. Sometimes very long because I'm doing some other work as well. I'm watching the whole market the whole day over.
Alright. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Okay, better now? Maybe I can hold it in my hand, right? Okay, question? No. Okay, firstly of all, I sit the whole day on the front of my computer, right, to watch the market. From time to time, I follow the news just to see what's going on, especially now in Europe, what's happened to Ireland, etc., etc. What else I'm doing? Then I'm just following my indicators, especially Bollinger, and I see I have kind of my own technique.
Wait, continue.
Okay, we see, for example, here, selling by, okay, open is 3. The screen my home is small here. My screen my home is much bigger. That's the way how my screen looks like. Okay, because I want to see if the currency is going sideways or is going somewhere else, right, up or down. So in this case, we see the euro was 32992, right? Okay. We see the white candle, we see the black candle. On this black candle, I never trade. I'm waiting after the second black candle. From that moment, I can start to trade. Sometimes a bit late, but I want to make sure my trade is be successful, because once I'm trading, I'm not trading only micro contract, mini contract. I'm using like 2 standard, 3 standard, up to 5 standard contracts, because I want to make sure I'm going to make money quick, but I want to be nearly 100% as I'm making the money. So I'm following all my indicators. If my indicator shows me there's, for example, a crossover, what we're going to see here, okay, my Bollinger Band is showing the same direction what I want him to be, then I can trade in. It's easy trading. Don't look so bad. You learn a lot from Kishore. You can learn from him much, much more than from me. Because I'm following on the end Kishore's strategy. I change it slightly to be a bit safer. Of course, I'm making not so fast money maybe like Kishore, because he's trading much earlier than I do, selling or buying. But I want to make sure my money is there on the end of the month in my account. Right? So better I'm losing $100, $200, trade a bit later, and making a few $1,000 than at the end of the month.
Okay, so Michael, coming back to this chart, over here you're waiting for the second candle.
The second candle, yes.
So are you saying that you're waiting for the crossover to happen? Is that what you're saying?
No, at that moment the crossover was happened. I was very happy about that. But before that I couldn't see if there will be a crossover or not.
Right, because on this candle there's still no crossover, right?
Exactly.
So then so you just...
After the first black candle, the second candle.
Okay, so this is basically instant bid.
Yes.
And upper Bollinger, lower Bollinger, correct?
Yes.
So now are you going to exit here or you going to wait all the way down?
I kind of went all the way down.
You will wait all the way down.
Yes.
And what is the reason for that?
The reason is all the candles are back.
Okay. All candles are back. Okay, very good. And of course it's touching the low.
And of course the MACD is still showing one stick is longer than the other.
Okay, good. That's the explosive technique. You know what I told you? Okay, in the explosion technique what happens is you see the next bar. Is the next bar longer than the previous bar? Are you? And as the bars are longer than the previous bar, you can continue to hold. Also, it's sticking with the lower band. Are you? Secondly, you see a sell on top. The parabolic is still above, and there was no buying signal till here. Are you? Got everybody?
But on my computer, there is no indicator which says sell and buy, right?
Right. Because this I just introduced. Okay? So, let's take some more. Let's take some more. You want to scroll and... Okay, let's take this one. Let's say...
Most of the time I need to say I'm trading only in the morning. Okay, early in the morning.
What time?
Around 8 to 12 noon.
8 to 12. Euro US.
Yes, Euro US. Why? Because safe. It's very safe. The US market is still close and the Euro US is very safe.
Both are close actually.
Exactly.
Very safe. Okay, good. How many contracts you said you doing at a time?
Maximum up to 5 standard contracts.
5 standard contracts. And do you have a stop loss in place?
Not really high. Because I'm sitting on front. At the moment something goes wrong, I'm just gonna exit.
Okay, now wait a minute. If you're trading on the hourly chart and you're sitting in front, when you say go wrong, do you go at the lower time frame and you check something has gone wrong, or are you looking for news, or what is it?
Sometimes I'm checking the news to see what's happened, and also I'm gonna double check with the lower time frame.
With the lower time frame. So you got that? Okay. Let's say the trade goes in your favor. Okay. So for example, this trade. Okay, this is upper band to lower band. Okay. Now, as this trade is going in your favor, do you add up to your trade, or do you?
Yes, if let's say I buy one standard contract and I see it's still going in my direction where I want to, I'm gonna buy a second or third standard contract.
So you add up to your position?
Yes.
Okay. And when you unwind, do you unwind all together or do you unwind one by one?
All together.
Okay. How do you handle a loss? Let's say the trade goes against you. At what point are you going to say, that's it, I'm going to call it quits?
Actually, I calculate at least normally the 100 pips, which we said.
Right.
I'm gonna calculate them because my experience is sometimes the trade is going against me, going down 100 pips when I make a buy. Okay, it's going down 100 pips, but half an hour later it's going up again, and I'm making plus. So I always take my 100 pips, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, depending.
Okay. Now, let's say you enter into a trade. Alright? What are some of the pitfalls which you have seen and which now you've avoided? Which in the past you used to make, but now you don't make anymore. Maybe those are some of the pitfalls that they are having. Do you want to share? Because I'm sure you must have made mistakes, right?
I did a lot of mistakes.
A lot of mistakes. But which are those mistakes that you have stopped doing? And that is why you're getting success?
Okay, for me it's very important. I'm still in a training. I'm doing my live trades and I also do my trades on the demo account. I'm never gonna stop that because on the demo account I gotta figure out my mistake, what I did, how I can avoid my mistakes, right? One of my mistakes is to put too much. Don't be too excited about your trades, okay? Always be serious with your trades because we're talking about your money, also in your life and your demo account. If I open a demo account with $3,000, I'm using this demo account if this is like my real pocket money. So if a trade goes against me, I'm gonna start to sweat. Okay? Even if this is a demo account, I don't care because it is my money. I'm feeling like the way is my money. Okay? And can I say?
So let me interrupt you. So are you saying that let's say you put on a real trade on Euro US right now, at the same time you put the same trade on the demo account? Is that what you're saying?
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time. And how does that help you? Because let me ask you this. Let's say you are a little bit nervous.
Almost every trade.
Every trade.
I'm nervous.
Every trade you have to be nervous, okay? Then we will be careful, right? Okay. So let's say you're nervous and you don't feel comfortable about this trade which you've done. I'm just assuming things, okay? You will close your real trade because you're not sure. But yet at the same time, somewhere down, you have this intuition that this has the potential to go. So you still keep the demo trade just to see how it will pan out. Is that what you would do?
No, I wouldn't.
What is the objective of having two trades at the same time?
I would close both of them and just on the end of the day I watch the market. Because once I see my demo account is going further in my direction, I'm going to cry.
Okay. So you guys logic? Yeah?
No, not really. This is my own logic.
Okay. So we look at instant pay. Let's look at pay maximizer now. Okay? So
what is very important if you trade motion? Just try to cut down your motion. You have to be cold. You have to be ice cold. Okay? If you use too much motion in your trades, you're gonna lose every trade because you don't know when to exit and when to enter, and sometimes you exit too early. Okay? Motion is very important.
okay. Let's look at pay maximizer. So my first question once again, for pay max, which currency are you using?
Euro US.
Once again, Euro US. What time frame?
Hourly.
Once again, hourly. Okay, so let's say
15 minutes to an hour. 15, 30 and 1 hour.
you use all the three.
Yes. Because I double check. I'm trading in 1 hour, but I'm checking always with 15, 30 and 1 hour.
Okay. And which are the indicators which are using?
Almost the same. ADX, MACD and the RSI.
Okay, so let's run through one example. Okay, let's say here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, most of the time, maybe I'm lucky I see the black candle here. Okay, I wouldn't trade the black candle because I'm not very sure. The white candle, I gotta prepare to make a trade. And this candle, the third candle, I gotta use to trade. If you believe or not, I'm gonna trade in here. Okay, because why? It's some of my experience. Because if I see the indicators are going up, the candles are going up, okay? But here we see my rolling SIR is still on top. I know from my experience, you're gonna switch. That's the reason why I'm gonna trade it. So against Kishi's technique, I know that, but I do.
Okay, so what he's saying is when the candle gets close to the PSAR, the parabolic SAR, it's time for it to switch. Okay?
Sometimes it doesn't switch.
Yes, I know that.
Happen. Even for me, happen. And that's the most part when I'm losing my money, you know, like 1,000, 1,005 USD, just gone. Can't do anything.
That's the exciting part.
Yeah. That's the part which I'm trying to do those mistakes in my demo account But I see myself, I always switch back into the same mistake all over again, every single time. I don't know how to switch that.
You're trying to get into the trade right at the bottom. So you want to catch it right at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the mistake which you're doing.
Yeah.
Because even if you're entered here, it's still okay because the parabolic is switched, but you would have lost about 50 pips, and that's something which you want to avoid,
Yeah.
or you want to just make sure how I can not lose that 50 pips.
Yeah.
Okay. I would suggest to still wait for the parabolic to switch till you get familiar and do many demo trades and find out which trades makes the parabolic switch. Are you with me? Yeah. Until then, just wait for the parabolic to switch. Okay. Yeah, but go ahead. So let's say over here you enter. What are the things that you look into?
Okay, first for me, I gotta look, of course, the ADX,
Okay.
where the ADX is going, up or down.
Okay.
And then RSI, very important for me.
Okay.
The MACD, in this case, I don't check really the MACD.
You don't check the MACD.
No,
So,
I'm from time to time I'm looking at MACD, but I'm not really checking.
so interesting. You said something very interesting. What is that is you use MACD for instant bid,
Yes.
but you don't use it for the bid max.
I'm using, but I don't spend my concentration on MACD.
Okay.
Not all the time.
But how much of importance you giving to bid max? For the MACD on the instant bid, because I noticed when you were sharing on the instant bid,
Yeah.
there wasn't much you spoke about the MACD.
I'm always also looking about crossover or whatever, of course.
So you're looking at crossovers.
I do it.
Okay. So when you enter into this trade, what is your exit strategy?
Making a lot of money.
I understand, but okay. Let's say you enter this trade. Do you exit based on the chart, or do you exit based on X number of pips you have made
No, chart.
on the chart?
On the chart.
So let's say you look at this chart. At what point are you going to exit?
I can exit over here,
Anybody reason?
the white candle. Because the white candle, no reason. But I would say there might be something coming. From that moment, I cannot know my feeling. No, it's very true, it's very true. You need to ask
Let's try to-
sometimes call me a bit crazy, but on the end of the day, she said, you're right. You see?
She's got the right person. Okay, look here. Let's try to go further deep, okay?
Yeah.
Why does that feeling come that from here it's going to go down? Because you must have done a lot of trades, right? After certain trades, you must have got this so-called pattern which you have spotted, which gives you that feeling that I think this is from here to go down. Because
Okay,
if you look
that's
at
the indicators.
Yeah.
You can't really see. You can't really see. Only the RSI is on the roof. Okay.
precisely, because if I do this here, in fact, I press F12 at a time, one at a time, okay? I'm sorry, I will just, okay, if I press F12, and let's say this is the live market going on, okay?
Exactly. You see the RSI is on the roof and can only go sideways or down.
Okay, got it. So this makes sense. Okay? So what he's saying is he's exiting here because the RSI is at the roof. Are you with me? Hello? So there's some visual to it. Am I right to that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just that the subconscious level, you're not so used to, it's like brushing. Now when you brush, it doesn't really matter to you because you know you're brushing, okay? But it doesn't register anymore. When you look at the RSI, now it doesn't really matter to you because you're so used to seeing it, now you're not giving any importance to it, right? Does it make sense?
Yes.
But when you sit back and you think, that's why one thing very important is, once you start getting success, you tend to forget the reasons, the steps which you took that initially gave you success, right? And then when you start losing, you don't know why you're losing, got it? So, I'm serious. So what you need to do is you have a logbook, okay, and write down what are the reasons, what are the things you looked at. Because after some time it's like driving. When you drive, you're not even, when it's time to brake, you will brake. When it's time to accelerate, you will accelerate. You don't look for the accelerator, are you with me? You don't look for the brake, are you with me? It's automatic, does it make sense? Yeah? So trading also becomes automatic. That is why when you listen to Mona's video, what does she say? She says, what I do only I understand. You all will never understand.
But it's true, it's true. You see, once you're successful in trading, you have your own technique. Okay. On the end of the day, you follow Kishore's technique, of course, but you might be switched a little bit, right? You follow your own technique. A car driver also follows his own technique. He doesn't follow the same technique like the car driver. Right?
Yeah. So these are certain pictures which you got to capture, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring out those images from him. Right? Yeah. And that's why when I ask Mona questions in the video, I try to bring out the pictures that is registered into her brain, but she now no longer gives importance to it. Right? Because she thinks, I assume you also do this. Right? You know, it's like when I have to teach you driving, I assume you know where's the brake and where's the accelerator. Are you? And that is a wrong assumption if you have never driven. Are you? Does it make sense? Yeah? So he could be assuming a lot of things right now, and the only way for me to bring it out is if I have to tell him to recall those pictures. Does that make sense? Yeah? What else? What are the pitfalls of bit maximizing which you think they should avoid? We like to share. Okay. For example, something like this. You know, it just kind of barely went up. The parabolic switch barely went up and it came down. Something of that sort. Okay. Maybe I want to find something better. Okay, something like this. Look at this. It went up and then barely went up and then came down. How do you avoid a situation like this?
I can't, because at that moment I would sell and I would buy. Of course, I would make the double trade exit to buy. Right?
So you would basically...
I would sit there and take all those trades.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the trade goes against you, you just close the trade. You don't go in the opposite direction.
No.
You don't go the other direction. Okay. Any questions on the floor for the instant pip and pip max? Yes?
Can the modify still
There is no RSI over here. Okay, he's asking for stochastics. But he doesn't use stochastics. You don't use stochastics at all. He doesn't use stochastics. No, you can't substitute stochastics. You can't substitute RSI for stochastics. They're two different indicators that have their own relative importance. Yeah.
How many trades will you make per day?
Approximately 3. Also, certain times I make 5 trades, but I'm trying only in the morning, not in the morning, like from 8 to 12 to trade, right? If I see in the afternoon something interesting, might be happiness, I'm also trading 1 or 2 hours.
Michael, do you have a daily target? Like every day, by the end of the day, I should make so much. Do you have a daily target?
Yeah, my daily target is at least $1,000, now increased to $2,000.
So are you achieving that?
Yes.
You're being out of come on. Questions from this side?
Stop.
Trading stop.
Not really, no. No, because I'm not doing that. If I'm leaving my house, I do, yes. Otherwise, I don't.
Next question. Very simple. Check the ADX. Is the ADX in your favor? Never do a pip max if ADX is not in your favor. Never break that rule. I think I mentioned that to you many times, right? Yeah. Now, let me tell you something. Over a period of time, when you start making money, you will start to relax my rule, right? Which is okay. Because now you have found your own way of making money. Does that make sense? But then you should be aware of it, right? So if for the instant pip he's just using the MACD and he's not using the stochastics and he's just comfortable doing the Bollinger Bands and the upper band and the lower band, over a period of time, he's found his comfort zone. Right? This comfort zone may not be your comfort zone. Is it make sense? Yeah? Yeah.
This is trade with rotating now. You do trade before you rotate or
Yes, yes, yes. Once I open and close the trade, I'm always in front of the computer. I'm never leaving my computer at all in this time.
with the trade paper.
Yes.
So you get to leave.
I'm not going to leave. There's no reason for me. I'm not
Do
leaving.
you have overnight open trades?
No, never.
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 No. Okay. Yes?
Do you mind sharing what's the realistic capital to have a target of $1,000 a day?
To making $1,000 a day.
What is the realistic?
Let me rephrase the question. When you started off initially when you started off, what was the capital?
I top up my account to make FX primers for $350 US, around 500 plus Singapore dollar.
Okay, so that account from $500
Yeah.
has gone up to where?
FX also top up additional 350, so altogether I had 750 USD in my account. And I started up one day making $20, $50, $100. And then my big day was coming, I make a $5,000 account. And I keep all this money in this account until I had $40,000 in my account. And then I take out the first 25,000 USD cash in my pocket. I was very happy with that. Actually, I want to buy a nice present for my wife, but I have so much money in my pocket, I don't know what to buy.
No problem. No problem. So can I say that you started off with only about less than $1,000
Yes.
and you grew this well all the way to 150?
Yes.
Give a big round of applause. Guys, I love calling participants up. As long as you're willing to identify yourself. I think Dominic was there in the tutorial. You all were there, and he's putting his. You told me you're putting your business, right?
Yes, yes.
So he's putting his business. Dominic is putting his job. He makes every day $2,000 before going to bed, and I think he shared that with all of you. Yeah, and guys, you all should be encouraged to really be serious about your demo trades. You see, and I can relate so much to him because when I spend a lot of time with my successful students, I try to understand the psyche, and it goes back to what I do. I'm so very serious about my demo trades. Yeah, and I see people, they are not serious about their demo trades. In fact, they tell me they will never get serious when they do demo trades. Hello. This is what, it's the ingredient that is required to achieve success, right? So guys, get serious in everything you do. Yeah? And when you get serious, the money will come. Okay?
It is absolutely simple. I mean, on the beginning, the first week or first 2 weeks, maybe I also play around with my demo account. It was just for fun, 100,000 inside there, let's play. But the 100,000 was gone in 2 days. Don't know why. Money was gone, open a second, a third one. But after a while, once you're starting to open your live account and have your first, let's say, $1,000 or $2,000 top up, okay, you're thinking differently. Because then you're starting to get serious, you want to make serious money, okay? If we're talking about maybe around $100, $200 a day for the beginning, fair enough, right? But then use your demo account like your live account, otherwise you will lose everything.
Alright, now let's get my voting on now. Come on. Last question.
Sorry?
When did you join the program? When did you join our program?
When was it? I think 4 months ago or something.
September.
Yeah.
From September to December, 150,000. Give it up, come on. Alright guys, we got to thank Michael and I have to continue. Alright, so Michael, thank you so much. Okay?